Along with mental preparation, I mentioned earlier pre-assault assessment. If you think of the acronym PAP, there's pre-assault assessment, assault assessment. Assault assessment refers to the situation where things are happening. Okay, you're in a potentially dangerous situation. You have to quickly be able to assess the situation. You have to be able to size up the individual, see where his hands are. Does he have a weapon? Is it one person? Is it two people? What's going on here, and what is available to me? If I'm out somewhere, is there something that I can utilize to use as an equalizer? Can I pick up something to simulate a stick? Is there an edge weapon? Am I at home? Am I in my kitchen where I can quickly pull a knife out of a drawer if that's what I need to do to survive the situation? And the last part of that is what we refer to as post-assault assessment. That means that once the situation has taken place, what do you do? If you defend yourself, do you just rush home and do you take a shower? Do you hope that the person goes home and never reports it? No. Post-assault assessment is teaching you that, first of all, you should always be the complainee. Even if someone attacks you and you successfully defend yourself, you should still immediately pick up a phone and call the police and report the incident. Because with power comes responsibility, and even though you may successfully defend yourself, there may be legal and civil repercussions, and you have to be prepared for that. And learning what your rights are will help you prepare for that. Anytime you're in a situation where you feel threatened, one of the first things you want to think about is assuming a stance. When I say assuming a stance, I'm not saying jump into a martial arts stance, because it's totally impractical. If you're out in the street, if you have street clothes on, not only will you be uncomfortable, it's unrealistic and unnecessary. What you want to do is basically you want to blade your body, depending on what side you're either your strong leg in front, if you're right-handed, and you want to just keep your feet shoulder width apart. You want to bend your knees slightly so that you have lower body mobility, because that's what's most important in a stance, is that you be able to move in balance and have lower body mobility. How do you get there? Well, simply feet shoulder width apart, knees slightly bent. And in the street, what we like to do is assume what we refer to as a submissive position. So for example, if an individual comes up to us and I feel threatened, what we do is, instead of assuming a fighting stance, because by assuming a fighting stance in this position, I'm either letting him know that I have training, which means that he's going to really be on his toes and think, oh my God, she knows what she's doing, well then I'm really going to have to hit her harder, or whatever. So what I want to do is, again, thinking, using more of my mental skills, I want to assume a position maybe like this, bringing my hands up and say, look, I don't want any trouble. What's your problem? Look. Keeping your hands up in this position. So actually in this position, I can respond more quickly than if my hands are down, or if I'm telegraphing that I have training. Whereas from this position, if my hands are up and he reaches for me, I'm in. I can respond. So thank you, Ted. So when we refer to stance, once again, if he comes in, and what we don't want to do is square off, because not only is my total body exposed, I have no balance here. I cannot move. So from this position, I'm out of luck. Okay. So what I want to do is immediately, even if I'm talking to this individual and I feel that you have to listen to your intuition and feel that if it's a potentially dangerous situation, I want to at least pull either one leg back, if this is the case, or if I'm squared off, the other leg. It doesn't matter. And I'm not going to get into real specific stances. It's a principle, and the principle is that you maintain your balance, that you maintain lower body mobility. So from this position, I may just slide back slightly, but and bend my knees just slight enough so that if I had to move, I can move, okay, without really telegraphing what I'm doing, and keeping my hands up. If my hands are in this position, if he reaches for the right side of my body, I can do something here. Okay, if he reaches for the other side, my hands are, at least I can lift my hand and protect. So I'm actually thinking in terms of quadrants. If my hands are up here, any attack coming on this side of my body, I can respond to. Any attack coming on the other side of my body, I can respond to. Okay? So what I do is I encourage people to keep their hands up in this position for stance. Okay? Once again, okay, hands up, body blade it so that more of a side angle to protect yourself. And also from this position, if need be, I can respond with a kick. I can kick. And my hands are up in this position, so if he comes at me, I can do something, okay? It doesn't matter how big you are. What matters is that you learn how to utilize tools in your body to effectively defend yourself. And it doesn't have to be very complex. There's simple things that you can do with different parts of your body to defend yourself. Okay, for example, just working down the body from the top of the head. The top of your head can be used as an excellent weapon. If you're with someone in tight, you learn to headbutt. You use it. When you headbutt, you want to think of making contact with your hairline, not your forehead this way, because you'll end up with a big knot or maybe knock yourself out. So when you headbutt, you think of clipping down with your hairline. My head can also be a tool, okay, from this position here. Okay? I can use the palm of my hand, the palm heel, to strike, okay, in that manner. Okay. Elbow can be used to strike. And an elbow is a very powerful weapon. Okay? And what I do is I turn my hand as if I were cleaning my face, which exposes more of the elbow itself instead of hitting flush with the forearm. Okay? When I hit straight this way, I'm using more contact with my forearm. What I want to do is expose the elbow. Okay? And I remember being in Thailand in the late 70s where I saw 118-pounder just completely split somebody's leg open with using an elbow. So I know that the elbows are very powerful. You can strike with an elbow in this manner. You can come straight up. You can come over. You can retract with the elbow. So again, it's a principle to think of anywhere there's a target, you just place the elbow there. It doesn't have to be complex. Just place the elbow on the target. Okay. Besides the elbow, okay, we want to palm heel. A fist, okay. I don't encourage punching to the head. If you're going to use a fist to punch, you have to have good skeletal alignment, which requires a lot of training. So for basics, if you're going to punch, the punch should be used to the soft parts of the body. Okay, hooking to the body. Okay, lifting and hooking here, going right underneath. Okay, do not encourage, unless I'm using this to just fake to come through. Do not encourage punching to the head. Okay, my fingers can be used to eye poke. Okay, or if I'm in tight with someone and struggling, I don't even have to see, but I can just feel and place my thumbs in the eyes, okay, to rake, okay. Or after I execute a palm heel, I can rake back, okay, which is also very effective. Okay. Again, in close, I can use my knees to strike, and my target does not always have to be the groin. It could be the inside of the knee, okay, outside of the thigh, inside of the thigh. Okay. Kicking. Okay. Again, keeping it simple. I'm not going to do a lot of flashy kicks. Just simple low-line kicks using the heel, what we refer to as an oblique kick. Or again, if you're with someone and you want to take them off of you, all I have to do is just put my foot and slide down. Okay, using again the heel and slide down. Okay, this is excellent for young women that go to the prom or dancing with someone and the person gets a little bit too personal. You just teach your daughter to do that, and it's very effective. Okay, so oblique. You can go with the rear leg, with the front leg. Okay, you can just slide it down. Still an oblique. You just slide it down. Okay, simple kicks. I can also stomp. You can use your heel to stomp. Side kick to the knee. The round kicks encourage you to use your shin, using more of the shin because it's more powerful than using the instep. To the outer part, using the shin. And then, of course, there's just like a scoop kick. If the person is in a position where their feet are apart, you just come right down the middle using your shin.